I say it's good, but it can be fun. A lot of this gun is a lot of fun. Now there are two main builds that I know of and use for this weapon, and this is the main one I use. This one is centered around the ammo. You definitely want actually I'm going to use on this one. And whether you use 60 or 50 round mags doesn't matter too much. I'm pretty sure that the I know how this is how it is for the M4. If you go from 50 to 60 round mags, all you lose is 3% movement speed. So the ADS speed doesn't actually change from you lose 1 frame with the 50 round mag. And alright, so what else about the build? I like to use a sight. This is optional. You can also use like any of these lasers are good. The tac laser is good if you ADS a lot and you want really fast ADS speed. This is good if you don't care that people see your laser all the time, but you want really good hip fire and sprint to fire speed. If you use the 5 milliwatt, I think it's milliwatt laser, then you probably want to use a stippled because it also increases your sprint to fire speed. However, we're going to talk about this build. The Tempest Marksman is overall better than the other two because this one is mainly just for movement speed and aim down sight speed, which is good if you're playing objectively all the time and want to run straight to the point and just get quick boom boom kills. But this is more about this build I have is more about quantity kills and fragging out, like going from target to target. So the Tempest Cyclone is just a worse Tempest Marksman. However, it has the sound suppression, and I'll go over this in the other build. Anyways, this stock is really good. You don't get this till later, so if you want to, you can use the stipple grip tape or the no stock, and they do pretty much the same thing with without the bonus in aim walking movement speed, which is what I think is really important because you want to be able to contest other assault rifles. The Merc foregrip, hip fire, recoil control. We need a little bit of control. This gun feels like a laser beam once you put all these attachments on. A little bit of hip fire accuracy, that way you can contest with close range. So this is a really good all-around build. You're going to be good at everything, but not like the best at anything. So the SMGs will still outclass you close range, and the assault rifles will still outclass you long, the mid range. However, this gun has a good sweet spot in between. Whereas if you're fighting an AR close to mid, you can beat them, and whereas if you're fighting an SMG far to mid range, then you can beat them as well, depending on who gets the first shot and things, and who lands more shots. So instead of the optic, you can use the laser. You can use a perk like sleight of hand. It's really the optic and the 5th attachment is really just preference, but here's a base build for the M13 that I really like. Now on Who's Immortal channel, he has the, what is it called? The Honey Badger, he calls it. I read some comments and they said it's not really a Honey Badger, but I don't know too much about that. So here's his build. And I tried this out for a little bit, and I like it. The biggest problem for me is the 300 blackout rounds. Like just having 30 rounds is not enough to you get like 2, maybe 3 kills if you're landing a lot of headshots, and it's just not enough ammo for me. I could see this being good in like maybe like bigger maps that other than Shoot House, which is what the other gun really thrives in, but you can use it anywhere. Just to get stealthy kills, whereas like they're not going to know where you are. You get a pick, you reload, and cover. This is more of a stealthy build. So you have the Tempest Cyclone for the sound suppression. It's similar to the Marksman, just like worse stats overall, a little bit less range, recoil. You get the point. The Ranger foregrip. This is pretty good. It gives you recoil and aiming stability. Not much else to be said there. Gives you aim down sight speed, and just put a sight on it. That's his Honey Badger build. I've tried this a little bit. I like it. I think it could be tweaked a little bit. Personally, I like the Commando foregrip over the Ranger, just because of the cons are better, in my opinion. You don't really need movement speed in pubs. If you're playing like a competitive mode and need to go from objective to objective, that's more important. But I think movement speed is kind of just like it's kind of a trait you can usually throw away, unless you're like on a pistol or something, and that's your whole goal of the pistol is just to run fast. Anyways, that's it. That's my 2 builds for the M13. This is a gun, you know, it's never going to be the best gun unless they buff it or they nerf everything else. But it'll always be a lot of fun to use, and I highly suggest playing around with it. Anyways, that's all.
Team deathmatch. Enemy threats in the AO. Weapons hot.
Wow, our whole team going here.
Taking the lead.
Ah. I didn't see his ass. There's an ADS there.
Losing ground. Step it up.
They pushed us here. What?
Enemy UAV overhead.
What? Oh, there's 2 of them shooting at me. I was like, how do you switch guns so fast?
halfway there. Step it up.
He sort of spawns with us. Gotcha, bitch.
Enemy at the bridge. Enemy at the stone bridge.
We're in control.
Enemy at the right
Enemy
side.
UAV overhead. Friendly care package inbound.
Where are they? Oh shit! This dude jump scared me.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
You coming?
Enemy at the rug shop.
We're losing ground. Step it up.
Wait, what? Well, there's a guy behind me and in front of me. I don't have a ghost.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy cruise
We have
missile
teams coming that
incoming.
angle.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
Come on!
Be advised, friendly precision airstrike inbound.
He was in that building, right? He just peeked the window? No. He went.
We pulled ahead.
One more kill, man.
Oh, that was such a good game.